recording? Yes, recording. We're gonna do a video that we saw. It's about suicide. It's a sad love story. It's really sad. Make this bitch cry. Right? Don't get mad, bitch. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna like.
Can I get my phone?
I know. Yeah, we're we're horrible actors, so don't mind it. I just want to read it to you. You know, bitch. Alright, we got this. Let's go. I'm the narrator and the boy. She's the girl. So let's go. Oh. No. Melody was a simple girl. She never got in trouble and got A's and B's in season school. And what was never... What was what? And was never into what other people did. Everyone did. Everyone else did. People kind of, you know, don't mind this part. She had a boyfriend who loved her very much. His name was Seth. Seth was perfect for Melody. He had golden brown hair with crystal blue eyes. Melody had caramel eyes and dirty blonde hair. They both loved animals, school, music, and their friends and family. Although Seth had once been a drug addict and loved to drink, Melody had helped him out of that trench. She was good for him, and he was good for her. Melody thought nothing could go wrong, until one day in English class, which they shared. Melody got a note from Seth, who passed it from across the room.
Meet me after school. I need to talk to you by the football field where the batting cages and the field meet.
Melody turned to Seth, who was looking towards the front of the class. She sighed and nodded to herself.
Nothing can go wrong.
After school, Melody walked over to the part of the field by the home team side, where the batting cages met the field, about a yard apart. Seth was there 5 minutes later. Listen, Melody, I have been holding this in for a while.
What?
I didn't want to hurt you. It's the last thing I wanted to do.
What are you talking about, Seth?
What I'm saying is we have to break up.
What?
I fell out of love with you a while ago, but I couldn't bear to hurt you. I did love you. I really did.
Babe, you can fall back in love. You can get back those feelings. I can give you space if that's what you want. Just don't do this to me.
Don't leave me.
Don't leave me hanging.
I'm sorry.
But...
Don't try to fix what isn't broken, Melody.
My heart is broken, Seth.
Melody sat there for an hour or so waiting for a miracle, praying to God that Seth would come back and say it was a joke and they could laugh over it. But he never did. There was no laughing to be heard and anywhere around her. Melody finally went home with bloodshot eyes and tear-stained cheeks. 1 month went by and she was still extremely upset. Melody became more quiet as the months passed by, and as soon as her parents couldn't bear it and put her on home study, so she wouldn't have to see Seth. But it didn't help at all. She started failing every subject, and she showed little to no emotion around her own parents. Finally, after half a year of pure depression and nothing else, it got to much more for Melody. Her parents left for the night to go out to dinner with friends. Melody sat down at the kitchen table with a piece of paper and the pen. She wrote,
Dear Seth, I love you still after all this time, and I'm so sick of being so sad and not myself, and I'm sick of loving you because I know it only causes you anger and hurt. I don't want to hurt you. I'm sorry, Seth. I love you with all my heart. Hope you understand, Melody.
She folded the letter hot dog style, then folded that hamburger style, and she wrote Seth in pretty cursive in front. All the while, tears dripped from her eyes to the oak paper and wood. Then she stuck the paper in the pocket of her jeans and grabbed her cell phone. Hello?
Seth, I need you to come to my house immediately. There's something important.
Melody, I have to tell you something.
Just hurry, alright? There isn't much time.
Mel? Melody hung up the phone and walked slowly to the kitchen. She opened the knife drawer, pulled out a steak knife, and walked to her room. There she started to cut her wrist, squinting her eyes in pain. But she didn't stop. She kept cutting until her wrists were completely red with blood. Her breathing slowed as she felt the pain really sink in, and then she looked at her jeans. She pulled a slip of paper from her pocket and set it on the ground beside her where she sat. It was filled with blood. She took the knife and plunged it into her stomach. She fell backwards. Her eyes rolled to the back of her head and her breathing stopped. Her hand fell from her hand to slamble the knife inside her body. Blood squirted from her body, landing all over the floor and staining the carpet. It didn't take long for flesh to start turning blue. Seth had been knocking at the door for a couple minutes and finally let himself in. As he headed towards Melody's room, he shouted, "Melody, I want us to be friends still. I still have feelings for you, and if you come back to school and we hang more, I might fall for you over again." But then he reached Melody's room. He opened the door and his eyes widened. There he was, his ex-girlfriend, someone he cared strongly for, laying dead, blood-drenched on the carpeted floor. "Melody!" he screamed, his voice cracking at that. "Why? No!" he cried out, tears forming in the corner of his eyes. He ran to the body and picked it up. He held the corpse to his body, blood staining his shirt and jeans, getting all over his arms and even his neck. He held her closely, crying. The whole time he was repeating the words "no" softly. He stroked her bloody hair softly. A few moments later he set her back down. He took the knife from her stomach with ease, it slipping with a single tug, and looked at it for a minute. "Why?" he said, and then he raised the knife to his neck with no fear and slid it across his neck. He fell only moments later, not to Melody's corpse, all of the sign of life. 2 days later in the news. Two suicides, one day, 2 teens. A memorial was held a few days later. No one had nor will forget the deaths of the 2 teens. Their spirits with them forever. Okay, so yeah. Horrible actors. But that was a sad story, so. Alright, bye bye.